Guys, welcome to Superhero Cut Show where we talk all things Marvel, DC, and Star Wars. It's your boy CP Hayes. Please like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you know when we post. Man, today was one of the craziest days in Marvel history. Man, we got the cast of Avengers Doomsday, but it was in a very weird way. We had a bunch of chairs that were lined up, and for like 4 to 5 hours, each chair turned every 12 to 15 minutes, and we live streamed for about 4 hours of that. So you can imagine how crazy I feel right now, even talking about this again, because I've done a TikTok about it. I did a 4 hour live stream. Now I'm doing this. But we're going to go through each single casting and we're going to talk about it and kind of tell you where my head is at. So let's talk about the list of castings here. Okay, so first we have Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, obviously. Chris Hemsworth as Thor. Tom Hiddleston as Loki. We have Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. We have Simon Liu as Shang-Chi. Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. Eben Moss Backrack as The Thing. Louis Pullman as Sentry. Ian McKellen as Magneto. Sebastian Stan as Bucky. We have Kelsey Grammer as Beast. We have James Marsden as Cyclops. Channing Tatum as Gambit. Rebecca Romijn as Mystique. Patrick Stewart as Professor X. Alan Cumming as Nightcrawler. Letitia Wright as Black Panther. Tanak Huerta as Namor. We have Danny Ramirez as Falcon, Anthony Mackie as Captain America, Florence Pugh as Yelena Belova, Wyatt Russell as U.S. Agent, David Harbour as Red Guardian, Hannah John Kamen as Ghost, and Winston Duke as M'Baku. So this is obviously a star-studded cast. I don't think it's a star-studded that people wanted to see, but it's still star-studded cast. One of the things that we see is we have the Fantastic Four, the Thunderbolts, and the OG X-Men, plus Paul Rudd, Sam Liu, and some of the Loki, some of the other people. So I want to talk about where I think these characters are positioning themselves and how they're going to be into Doomsday. RDJ, he's obviously freaking Doctor Doom. So he's the reason why he's probably behind the reason why these incursions are happening, just like in Secret Wars. So he's the main character of this. Obviously, Thor. So Thor ended with his daughter, and I think he's going to be off of that at that point. And I don't really think the Russos are even going to revisit that. And basically, I think with the whole multiverse collapsing, Thor is going to end back up on Earth to see what is going on. Tom Hiddleston is Loki. As you saw at the end of Loki, right? He's holding the multiverse together. So, bro kind of has no choice but to, really like pop up. Yeah, he has no choice but to. So, Doctor Doom is probably trying to find him because he's the one that's holding the multiverse together. And for Doom to take control of the multiverse, he has to kill him or find him. So, that's how I think Loki is going to play a big part. And hopefully we get a Thor and Loki reunion. A lot of fans have been wanting that for a while, since it's been a minute since we've seen Thor and Loki together. We haven't seen them together since Infinity War, obviously. Paul Rudd, Ant-Man, he's on Earth. He's going to be popping up. I think Sam Wilson's going to go and find him. We have Sam Liu, Shang-Chi. I mean, he already, at the end of Shang-Chi, we already saw him, talking to Wong and Captain Marvel, and Wong's like, yeah, you're in a new world now. So it's pretty obvious that Shang-Chi is going to get called up to be an Avenger. Pedro, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Eben Moss Backrack, Reed, Sue, Johnny, and The Thing. There's a long-standing rumor that their Earth is going to get destroyed and that they're going to multiverse travel to the MCU. I like that idea. Plus, because they're having a son named Franklin, and Franklin's going to be the reason probably why they multiverse travel anyways, or they're building some type of system, because we saw in the trailer that Reed was writing down math for something. So that could also be a reason as well. Let's also talk about Sentry. Sentry. I mean, and the Thunderbolts, I guess he doesn't die. I guess he doesn't get locked up. I guess he's going to be a hero. He's going to be added to the team. Maybe there's a redemption arc for him at the end of Thunderbolts, is what that's looking like. Ian McKellen as Magneto, the OG. And I'm gonna just group all the X-Men characters here. We're gonna group Ian McKellen, Beast, Cyclops, all of them. This is what I think. So at the end of the Marvels, we saw that what is her name? I was about to say Elena Belova. Photon, Monica Rambeau. We see that Monica Rambeau ends up on another Earth, and it looks like, and we end up seeing Kelsey Grammer's Beast. And my thought is that all of the OG X-Men characters are coming from that Earth. And I think that is the Earth that is colliding with our MCU 616. And I think that's how we're going to see Professor X and the squad interact with our Avengers and, probably the Fantastic Four that's going to end up on Earth. So I think that's how we're going to see them, come together and interact. Makes sense. Letitia Wright, Black Panther. I mean, look, Wakanda is the mecca for a lot of stuff. The same way when Infinity War happened, they went to Shuri. I mean, when it comes to incursion and stuff, they're going to have to involve Shuri. She's one of the smartest people on the planet, so it only makes sense. Plus, she's Black Panther, and the new Avengers comic, right? We see in the new Avengers comic, which kind of like the precursor comic before we get to Avengers. Before we get to that, it's like after. Oh my gosh, excuse me. So there's a comic book run, right, called New Avengers. Then there's a comic called like Avengers World, and those are kind of like the comics that lead up to Secret Wars. But in the New Avengers run, we see that Shuri is the queen and T'Challa is kind of under her. So we could see something where like T'Challa, aka T'Challa's son, is under her, but he's still the Black Panther. But there's kind of two Black Panthers at this time, so it could maybe be something like that. But I really don't know what's going to happen. But I mean, they're going to involve Shuri. She's super smart. Namor, obviously Namor is going to be involved because he is the leader of basically everything that's happening in the sea. So it makes sense that they're going to involve him. Plus, they need just more power when it comes to Doctor Doom and all the villains and people that's going to be involved. Falcon. I mean, Falcon and Captain America. He's going to be the leader of the Avengers. It makes sense. Yelena Belova and the whole Thunderbolts team. I think they're going to join Sam. When this happens, I mean, does this mean that Sam might pop up in Thunderbolts? I don't know, but I do think it's an important character is going to pop up to bring them together, and I hope that it's Nick Fury. I wanted Nick Fury to pop up in the end of Brave New World, but it didn't happen. So hopefully, he's one of the people that can bring this Avengers team together. But let's also some characters that didn't that we were expecting to get put in here. Obviously, Spider-Man is going to be in this. Come on now. Obviously, Doctor Strange is going to be in this, right? Benedict Cumberbatch said that he's in this with his own mouth. The Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen, she is definitely going to be in this. And obviously, there's some other ones like people think that Chris Hemsworth. Some people have said Ryan Gosling. Some people, there's been so many other names that have been talked about. I mean, Damson Idris. We saw concept art of him as Black Panther. That's also possible. So there's a lot of possible names that could be popping up in this thing. But all in all, this is a really good cast. And there was a tweet that went out where they said, like, yo, this isn't the whole cast. They just wanted to give us a landscape of people. So I think this is a good landscape of people for us to see. And I really do think there's a reason why they gave us these. Like the Fantastic Four and some of the Avengers, like from our 616 MCU, whatever, it's pretty obvious that they were going to be in this movie. And I think the X-Men was a surprise for a lot of fans. But if you have common sense and you watched the Marvels, which a lot of people didn't see, but if you know that Kelsey Grammer is in the end, it makes sense that the X-Men were going to be involved. So I think this is cool. I think this is awesome. And, I think that this has made the Thunderbolts movie very important. It's made the Fantastic movie even more important. So all in all, I'm happy with the results. And I'm excited to see it going away. And I love the ending, how RDJ just aura farms. He walks up, does the shush, whatever, and it ends. So what a great way to end it. I thought it was awesome. But yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Please have a great day. Peace out. Stay crispy.